everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Rachel and this is Stitched Up. How are we all doing? I hope you've had a really good week. Thank you for joining me today. I am back with another Friday sews, and I know I missed last week. It wasn't intentional, but I just didn't seem to get around to vlogging, so forgive me for that. But I am back today and thought I would have a chat to you and let you know what I've been up to. So I have got a few bits and pieces to share with you today. I've been buying again, but I have been destashing. I know lots of you have been buying from my destash over the last couple of days, so thank you so much for that if you have purchased from me. Everything that was bought from me on Wednesday has gone, and I am hoping by the time you're watching this, most of what was bought today, as in Thursday, because it's Thursday evening that I'm filming this, will have gone as well. So all your lovely new fabrics will be on your way to you as we speak. And yeah, it's great that they can go to new homes to be loved and nurtured and made into something beautiful by other people. I'll tell you what I'm wearing to start with. I am wearing my Fibre Mood Frances top, which I shared in my So Frugal plans vlog at the beginning of March. I love this top, and I know you all love it as well because you've all said how much the colour works with my skin tone, etc. So yeah, I've got that on today just with some ready to wear denim jeans and a ready to wear little cardigan that matches quite well as well. So I've had my hair done today, had the old greys sorted out at the roots, and I've had a good couple of inches chopped off as well to make it a lot thicker at the end, because the end was really sort of not frizzy but feathered, very feathered from when I used to have extensions in, and it's taken a while to grow out, so I've had it really sort of bluntly chopped at the end, and I am really liking it. I'm very happy with how she's done it, so that's good. It makes me feel great. Had my nails done as well, because this weekend I am heading up to Newcastle again to see my lovely Tamlin for Sew Tune, and yeah, Ruan's coming with me as well, so we're going to have another lovely weekend in Newcastle, which we're really looking forward to. So just one more day at work to go. Right, let me start by showing you a few bits and pieces of what I have been buying before I tell you what I've been making this week. So you might remember, if you watched, I can't remember which vlog it was, whether it was my last Friday sews when we'd been to the Stitch Festival, and I mentioned that there was a particular fabric in Stitch Fabrics that everybody bought, and by the time we got to the Stitch Fabrics stand later on in the afternoon, they had sold over 200 meters of this fabric, but it's only £6 a meter, and I am not surprised because it's beautiful. So when I came home, and Ruan actually sent me a message about some of their new fabrics that were up on their website, which were absolutely dreamy, I decided to get this fabric while I could, and I think they have actually properly sold out of it now. So it's this one. I'm sure you've seen it if you've watched all the other vloggers and their Stitch Festival hauls. So many of them bought this fabric, but it is a beautiful sort of jacquard rayon with this, it looks a bit like a leopard print design, but it's more floral, I think. Well, a mix of the two, but it's gorgeous. It's so nice. So I got 3 meters of this. And the one that Ruan sent me a picture to, I also bought, which is this Viscose Twill, and it's just beautiful. I really love it. I think I got 4 meters of this one as well. And yeah, I am super happy with both of those. So they came last week. They've now been pre-washed and are going to go into my stash because I don't know what I want to make with them just yet. But also, while we were at the Stitch Festival towards the end of the day, when we all sort of met up in the Prosecco bar, the lovely Bex from What Bex Sews and Adele from Sew for Serenity had both been to the Lady McElroy stand and bought this fabric, and I was gobsmacked because when I saw it I was like, oh, I need that, and if I'd have seen it at the Lady McElroy stand I would have bought it. But quite often what I tend to do is I will have a look at the fabrics at Lady McElroy, and then when I get home I will wait for Sherwoods to send me a discount email because they have them very often. And literally the week after I got home, I got an email from Sherwoods saying they'd got 20% off all weekend. So of course, that's when I bought it. And it's this one here. It is this shoes Viscose Challis. I mean, the neon shoes with the gold lurex in. It's just divine. It really is. I absolutely fell in love with this when I saw that Bex and Adele had bought it. So I've got myself 2 meters of this, and it's going to be a top of some sort. I don't know which top yet. If you've got any suggestions, feel free to leave it in the comments below, but I really love this. I think it's just so beautiful. So really happy to get that. It's taken a while to get here because I ordered it literally when I got back from the Stitch Festival, and it only came, I think, yesterday or the day before. And that's been pre-washed now as well. And then the lovely Katie, who is Whatever Katie Sews on YouTube, was wearing a top made out of this. And I've seen this for ages now and kept umming and ahhing about it, wondering whether I actually wanted it or not, or whether I wasn't sure, that kind of thing. But when I saw Katie wearing a top in this at the Stitch Festival, I thought, yeah, I'm going to get that too. So it's this one here. It's the Chinatown Viscose Challis. I think that's upside down, isn't it? Yeah, I think it is. There we go. We'll put it the right way up, shall we? But it's so lovely. It's really graphic design, and I love the colours. They are sort of cool colours that work with my skin tone, and yeah, it's really lovely. It's a very, very fine Viscose Challis is this one. And again, I've got 2 meters. I don't know what I'm going to make with that yet. Answers on a postcard, please. And then the other one I got from Sherwoods as well was this one. And this is one that I've been after for some time. And there was a lady at the stand, the Lady McElroy stand at the Stitch Festival, buying this when I was looking through fabrics. And so I mentally made a note that I was going to get it. And it's this one. They do this in 2 colourways. I can't remember what it's called. This is a cotton lawn. Again, I've got 2 meters. And this is going to be a Anna Allen Anthea blouse. One day I will get that right. So yeah, this is going to be that. I think they do it in like a blue colourway. I'm sure it's a blue, but I love these pinks. I think they're just gorgeous. The pinks and lime together are so nice. Again, a really sort of different design for me, really graphic. Yeah, so they're the fabrics that I have been buying over the last couple of weeks. But I also have bought from Marie, who is a Stitch Odyssey on Instagram. She's been doing a big destash for Palestine. So she's been destashing lots of the fabrics and raising money for the conflict out there. And I bought 3 fabrics from her destash, and these came a couple of days ago as well. So this is the first one, which again is a rayon, and it's like a blue and a very pale sort of lilac-y pink. I know it looks like black and white, or off-white, I suppose, against the white behind me. You can tell it's like a paley sort of lilac pink, but that's really nice. I think there's 3 meters of this, and it's a design by Penelope, I think. Yeah. So yeah, love that one. And I also got this one, which again is a rayon challis. I think this originally came from Rainbow Fabrics. So she was destashing this one, which I think was about 3 meters of this as well. Love those colours for summer. I think they will be lovely, and that will make a beautiful dress. And then this one I thought had sold. I thought I'd missed out, but actually when I looked on the post, it hadn't. Somebody just said that they liked it. So it's this one. I love this. This feels like a viscose crepe, I think. And it's like this big sort of panel design. If I come back a little bit, you can see it in sort of big squares. I don't know where she got this from, but it's just beautiful. I love it. Hopefully, if I just hold it like that, you can see the design and those colours. It's gorgeous. So yeah, that's going to be a dress of some sort as well, and I was really happy to snap that up. So the other thing that's come this week is I have joined the label Appreciation Society, which is a subscription run by the gorgeous Laura, who is Specky Seamstress. So I'm sure you've all heard of Laura. She does bias tape and she does washi tape now, and also she does labels, and she does a bias tape subscription, which I don't subscribe to currently, but she also does a label one, and I love my labels. So I got my first little delivery of labels a few days ago. So we've got these ones with the little sewing machines on, and these ones which say my new favourite make. So they are lovely. They're going to go into my label stash. She also sent me a gorgeous sticker as well. And I also separately bought some of her washi tapes as well. So I'm trying not to crinkle these because it's in really crinkly plastic, and I know how much noise this makes when you play the video back. So I have got 4 washi tapes. I don't know if you can see the designs. There's this one which is like a crochet design. This one with the scissors on. And then we've got, if I turn them the right way up, we've got the tape measure with love hearts on, and then the one with sewing machines on. So they're gorgeous. And then I've got some patterns to show you. So I have been buying a few patterns, and this one I thought was really interesting to try, and it is the Atelier Brunette Pyjama pattern. And I'll show you the line drawings at the back, but I will insert some better pictures of the actual made up sample to show you. But I really liked this. I thought it was a really nice design. I love the collar on it as well. So I'm really keen to have a go at that at some point. Probably for spring and summer, I would do the shorts version. But yeah, it's got obviously the longer trouser as well for autumn and winter. So yeah, I'm quite getting into the Atelier Brunette patterns. I've made 2 or 3 of them now and really enjoyed it. So yeah, looking forward to making that at some point. And then I have been venturing back into the Big Four, which will lead me on nicely to my make this week in a moment. But before I do that, I have got 3 Big Four patterns to show you that I have recently purchased from Sew Direct. So I am a VIP member of Sew Direct, which means I think every so often, it's about every 6 months, you pay like a subscription fee. I think it's about £11, and you get a free pattern within that, and then you get a permanent 40% discount off everything you buy pattern wise from their website, and you get VIP access to the new season's patterns before they actually come out, which is really good. So I bought 3 patterns here and I wanted to show you them. So the first one is this one. It's Vogue V1939, which is a blouse pattern, and it's really difficult to actually see the features of this blouse, but you've got these big voluminous sleeves, which I love, and then you've got like this front bib detail with pleating down the front. And I know the styling is a bit off, like they are quite often with the Big Four patterns, but if you look at the line drawings, I love this. I think it's just a really nice design. So I am really keen to have a go at that. I think, you know, dependent on your fabric choice, you could make that look really, really cool. So yeah, love that pattern. And then this was a pattern that actually passed me by completely, and it was only when I saw a couple of images of the made up top on Instagram, which I will, if I can find them, I will insert to show you, that I thought, wow, this is a beautiful pattern, because it's got like a smocked, it looks like a smocked front. I don't know if it is or it's just clever pleating, I'm not sure, but I thought I need to get that. So this is it here. It is McCalls M8325, and you've got 3 different versions of tops here, and it's this yoke detail here. As I say, I will put a picture in if I can find the image that drew me to this pattern, because it is just gorgeous. And as I say, I don't think the pattern envelope does it justice at all. So yeah, excited to make that at some point as well. And then the last one I got is Butterick B6872, which is this dress pattern, because I love this version for spring and summer. I think is beautiful. It's really 70s, which is a look that I am all about currently and have been for some time, and I love all 3 versions, to be honest. So let me show you the line drawings at the back. so you can see those, hopefully, because I can't see what I'm showing you here, but hopefully you can see them. Yeah, so those were the 3 patterns that I got. So I think that is everything. Now, before I come on to show you what I have made this week, I wanted to just talk to you about a little gift that I have received. Well, it's actually a rather large gift. Now, quite often, us vloggers do get approached regularly to be offered discounts off things, to be offered freebies and all that kind of stuff. And most of the time, I'll be honest, we just, oh, well, I'll speak for myself, but most of the time I just ignore them and say thanks, but no thanks, etc., because they're either not very good or it's not really relevant to my channel and what I'm about and that kind of thing. But every so often something comes along that actually, you know, at the end of the day, I know that I'm in a very fortunate position, but at the end of the day, if I'm going to be offered something that I like or I'm going to use, I'd be a fool to say no, wouldn't I? So this month, a company in New York called Teddy Blake, you may have heard of them, you may not. They are a luxury bag brand, contacted me and offered me a bag of my choice from their website, and I could choose absolutely anything. So I know of a couple of other people who have been approached by Teddy Blake in the past and have had bags from them, and they did look beautiful bags, I'll be honest. Now, I was actually, it was quite uncanny because I needed a new bag for work because the bag that I use for work day in, day out is on its last leg. So I was on the lookout for getting a new bag anyway. So when they approached me, I thought, you know what? I'm going to have one because I need a new bag for work. So why not? They're offering me a free bag. I'd be a fool to say no. So I am going to show you and share it with you. I've not actually used it yet, but I wanted to just talk to you a little bit about it and show you my new bag. So it came within a week. Now, Teddy Blake are, as I say, they are a brand that they use craftsmen that work in factories that supply bags to lots of your really high-end designers, but because they work under the Teddy Blake brand, they try and do them much more affordable, but they are still luxury bags. They are made in fine Italian leather, and yeah, they're absolutely beautiful. And it was really difficult to choose from their website. You know, I am going to say these are expensive bags. I know that they're out of reach for lots of people. I totally accept that, but as I say, at the end of the day, I've been offered a free bag and I'm not going to turn it down, guys. So I wanted to choose a black bag because that works well for me for work, and I wanted like a tote style that's going to fit all my things that I need to take to work with me. And obviously I work in a professional role, so it needs to look the part as well. The bag I decided to get is called the Palmaletto Lola in red. Well, when I say in red, the lining is red, and I'll show you that in a second. But it came within a week of me requesting this particular design, and it's come in this beautiful box like this. So you open it up and it comes in its own little dust jacket, which is just beautiful. And if I take it out of the bag to show you, this is what the bag looks like. So you can see it's just beautiful. It's got the Teddy Blake branding on the front. It's got, I mean, it's got a little bit of dust on it, but it's got lovely clasp on the front, 2 handles, and then inside we've got a shoulder strap and this gorgeous red lining. And I absolutely love it. I think it's beautiful, and it is going to work so well for me for work. They've not paid me for this, but you know, it's actually exceeded my expectations. I know it's a free bag that I have been very, very lucky to receive, but this is going to be perfect for me for work because I can fit everything in here that I need. It's got this internal little pocket as well, which is going to be great for me to store things that need to be a little bit more secure, I guess. But yeah, it's really lovely, and far better quality than, I'll be honest, I expected. So I will leave details of their website down below. As I say, I know these are a luxury item and I know they're out of reach for lots of people, but if you are interested, go and take a look at their website. They bring out new ranges every month and often have offers on, so yeah, go and have a look. So that leads me on nicely to what I have been making this week, and there's a couple of things that I've got on the sort of back burner that I can't really talk to you about because I am doing a pattern test for somebody, and I don't very often do pattern tests anymore because I find them really stressful, if I'm honest. And yeah, I don't always want to use my time pattern testing for other people unless it's a design that really appeals to me, but there is one that I'm doing at the minute, so I can't share that with you currently, but that's on the go. And I've also just completed a make that I am doing with my gorgeous Northern Soul sisters Ruan and Tamlin as well, and we are going to be filming those at the weekend. So that's been on my sewing table this week as well. But I have made something that wasn't a project for anybody or anything apart from me, and it is this pattern, which is McCalls M7974. Now look at the state of my pattern envelope. I have made this a couple of times and the envelope is just falling apart, but basically what you've got is 3 options of a beautiful, no actually there's 4 because I'm covering one up, 4 options of a beautiful dress. You've got gathered shoulders that go into a yoke at the back, and then you've got a sort of like waist, I don't know what you even call this, a waist yoke, I guess, that there's a little bit of gathering under the bust that the front bodice goes into, and then you've got a panelled gathered skirt, and then you've got different sleeve options. So you've got a sleeveless one, which is like a really long dress. It's got buttons all the way down the front, by the way, as well. You've got like a balloon sleeve gathered into a little cuff. You've got a short sleeve with a little tie, and then you've got these sleeves that have, I don't even know what you'd call that sleeve, to be honest, but if I show you the line drawings on the back, you can see all the designs there. Now, as I say, I've made this pattern before. I made it about 4 years ago, and the version I made at the time was this one, although I lengthened the skirt to sort of midi length. So I did the one with the short sleeves with the ties, and I made it in a cotton lawn, but to be honest, I have never worn that dress. And the reason why, I think, is because it's in cotton lawn, and I find these styles of dresses in cotton, even a fine cotton, just have too much structure for me. So I wanted to have another go at this because I have seen so many beautiful versions of this. And I know I mentioned, I think last time you watched me, my last vlog, I mentioned that I really got into Janelle, who is Rosary Apparel, recently. And one of the vlogs that I was watching of hers, I was sort of binge watching a lot of her vlogs. She had this dress on and I loved it. So I thought, I'm going to pull that pattern out and I'm going to make another. Now, when I made this in the past, I was very slim, and I always trace off my patterns, if you don't know, because my weight fluctuates so much, and I'm really glad that I do trace, because otherwise I would have probably not been able to make this again unless I was that size. Having said that, the size that I traced off in the past was a size 12, and I had adjusted it by lengthening the bodice piece, not the midriff section, but the actual bodice piece. I'd lengthened that by 1 inch, which is a standard adjustment that I always have to make. And I looked at the pieces that I'd traced off, and I had done the straight size 12. Now, when you look at the measurements for the size 12 on this, I think it says the bust measurement is, hang on, I need my specs. The measurements for the size 12, the body measurements that it says, is a bust of 34, waist of 26, and hips of 36. Now, the hips are not important because you've got, you know, a panelled gathered skirt, so there's lots of ease in that, but obviously the bust and the waist is important. Now, my bust at the minute is 37, my waist is 28, so, you know, on the face of it, that's not going to fit. But when you look at the finished measurements, and the finished measurements are printed on the pattern sheets inside, The finished measurement for the bust for the size 12 was 37.5, and as I say, mine's 37. So I didn't want to have to retrace all the pattern pieces for this pattern. I just wanted to make it up because I'm on this weight loss journey. I am still losing weight and I've still got a little way to go. So what I thought was, I don't want to retrace the 14 because it's not going to last me because I'm still losing. So I thought I'll make the 12, see how it fits. I'll just at the side seams, because the seam allowance on these patterns are 5/8 of an inch. I thought when it gets to sewing up the side seams, I'll just do them a little shy of 5/8 of an inch, because I wanted the bodice to still be fitted, because I like that look with this style of dress, the fitted bodice and then the sort of flared out skirt. So I thought I'll do that and see how it fits. And yeah, I absolutely love this dress. Let me grab it and I will show you. Right, so we'll start at the top. So this fabric is a beautiful viscose challis that is from Lady McElroy. I don't know the name of this design, I'm really sorry. But yeah, it's a very fine viscose challis. It feels a lot like a silk, if I'm honest, and it handles very much like a silk. So it wasn't the easiest of fabrics to work with. But you've got this lovely sort of gathered detail into the yoke on the shoulders. You've got facing to the inside, which is nicely concealed at the front, and then it comes down into this lovely sort of midriff yoke section with 3 buttons on. The buttons are from Pigeon Wishes, and I think these go so well with this fabric. I cut the fronts on the single layer because I was really conscious that I didn't want these big chrysanthemums or peonies or whatever they are to be in a sort of very obvious place. And then you've got buttons all the way down. As I say, the skirt is panelled, and yeah, it's beautiful. If I turn my mannequin round, I can show you the back. So at the back you've got this yoke, and then you've got a little bit of gathering into the yoke, and then the midriff panel just ends at the side seams. There's no midriff panel at the back, and then obviously just your big long gathered skirt. Sleeve wise, I went with the sleeve piece that is for the short tie sleeve, but I just lengthened it. I followed the sides of the sleeve piece and just carried that on to sort of elbow length, and then I just turned under the seam twice, and then I measured up 2 inches from the edge and did 3 rows of shirring, so that I get this really lovely sort of elbow length, quite sort of loose fit, but then a little cinch in at the elbow, and I really like how that looks. I think it's really nice. So yeah, it's a beautiful dress. I did share some pictures of it on Instagram yesterday, so you know, if you are on Instagram, you might have seen that. If not, and I know lots of you aren't on Instagram, you won't have seen it. I'm not going to put it on now because it's late at night. It's getting dark, and I really can't be bothered, if I'm honest. But I will get some better pictures of it probably for the next vlog I do, so that you can see how it looks on. But fit wise, it's very fitted. It is quite booby, I will say that. I have to wear, you know, a bra with a very narrow bridge because this comes down quite low, and yeah, it does fit. It fits really nicely. It's probably just a little snug, I would say, around the waist. I don't actually know the finished measurement for the waist because I couldn't actually find that anywhere on the pattern sheets. I could only find the bust measurement, finished measurement, but otherwise I really like it, and I think as I continue on my weight loss journey, this is going to fit probably just a little bit looser on the bust, which I would like, and I'd feel a bit more comfortable in, I think. But yeah, it's a beautiful dress, definitely. I love the fact I've done it out of viscose. I think it's gorgeous in viscose because you get the flowiness of it, and there's definitely going to be more. So yes, I love this dress. I am really keen to actually try this sleeve because I had a look on Instagram, and if you put McCalls M7974 into the search on Instagram, you'll see loads of people have made this dress, and they all look so different. And I've seen a few versions with this particular sleeve on it, and on the styling on this pattern envelope, I don't think that really does it justice, but actually it's a gorgeous sleeve. So I've got the pattern sheet out for that sleeve, and I'm going to trace it off because I'd really like to make this again. And yeah, I think it's going to be, you know, another dress that I'm just gonna absolutely love. This style of dress really suits my figure, and I had loads and loads of compliments when I put the video of me wearing this up on Instagram yesterday. I had loads of people messaging me saying how gorgeous it was and how it looked on me, and people were so lovely, which was just so nice. And I know that this style of dress, because I'm pear-shaped, you know, I've got the nipped-in waist and the big hips. This kind of style really suits my shape, and it's just that I always feel ultra feminine in this kind of style, and that sometimes makes me feel uncomfortable because I like to cover up a bit more, I think, in looser fitting clothes, I guess. But that's just a confidence thing, I guess. We all have, you know, various issues around that, I guess, with how we feel about how we dress, don't we? So, but yeah, I know this style is a style that really suits me, and I just need to embrace it more, don't I? But yeah, I absolutely love this dress. It's gorgeous. Now, I didn't tell you, but one of these, I think it's this version here, does have a collar on it. And what I did with this particular version that I've made, I did make the collar and I put it on, and then put it on my mannequin with the sleeves that I've done that you've just seen, and sort of slept on it overnight because I looked at it and I said to Martin, does that look right with those sleeves? And Martin always says, yeah. What does he know? He's a man. But yeah, he said it said it did. But I was looking at it thinking, I don't know if it does. I don't think it works, because the collar made it look very 70s, but the sleeves didn't, and it just didn't seem to work. So when I had a look at the other versions that people have made on Instagram, I actually thought, do you know what, I'm going to take that collar off. And that was a lot of unpicking, because I had overlocked all the shoulder seams. The yoke was burritoed inside. It was understitched around the neckline and the collar. So there was loads of unpicking to do, and unpicking in this fabric was really challenging because it's so fine that, you know, you can snag the fabric really easily. And I was really worried about just slipping with the seam ripper and cutting a hole in it, but you know, thankfully that didn't happen. But it did take me a good hour or so to unpick everything and get the collar off. But I'm so pleased I did that, because I much prefer it without the collar. I think it just works so much better. I do love the collar, but I think on the sleeveless version the collar would work really well, but not on this version that I've done. Yeah, I'm pleased that I took it off. So what else can I say? I love this dress, and there will definitely be more of them. I would like to make it in a sort of lighter colour, maybe, I don't know, maybe I'd even like to try double gauze. I think that would be nice, to make it in a double gauze for summer. I think that would be really nice. I'd love to make the sleeveless version as well. So yeah, I think it's going to be one that I am going to make a lot more of. And I don't know why I've waited so long to make another one, but yeah. So that's what I have been up to this week. Now, I have made another dress last week, which I haven't told you about yet, because I'm going to do a pattern review on it. So let me just grab it and I'll quickly show you it on the hanger. So I'm not sure if I mentioned in the vlog I did after I'd been to the Stitch Festival, but when we went to the Sister Mintaka stall, Sandeep was wearing a beautiful Hazel dress by Veronica Tucker. I'll put a picture of the pattern in here. Now, I have wanted to make this dress for a long time. I've had the pattern for a long time, but it was a case of finding the right fabric, because this does take a lot of fabric. And I bought some fabric from Sandeep to make this dress. However, when I started work on this pattern, I soon realised you couldn't actually use a directional print for this pattern, because the pattern pieces have to be put on your fabric on the cross grain. So you know, normally you orientate your pieces sort of parallel to your selvage. Well, with the pattern pieces for this don't fit that way, so you have to do it perpendicular to the selvage, I think it is, which meant that I couldn't use that fabric because it was directional. So I would have had the pattern going horizontal instead of vertical, which wouldn't have worked. So I needed to find a fabric in my stash that would work for this pattern. And as I say, I'm going to do a completely separate vlog on a review of this pattern because I have a lot to say about it, and I'm going to leave that there. But for now, I will show you the finished dress because I have finished it and it's really beautiful. So here it is. It's very difficult to get any idea of what this dress is like on a hanger. I'm not going to put it on and show you pictures of it on today, but what you've got is a fully lined upper bodice, and it's like a curved, it goes in like a curve all across the shoulder. So it's like a big yoke that goes over the shoulders, front and back, in like a curve. And all that is fully lined inside. You've got a keyhole detail at the front with a little tie. And then you've got bishop sleeves with elastic in the cuff and a little bit of a loose thread there because I haven't snipped that off. And then you've got 3 tiers. So you can make this into a really long dress, you can make it into a top. I've done it so it hits me just below the knee, and this fabric is a viscose that I had in my stash. It's really lovely. Now, I have tried this dress on. There is tons of gathering to do in this dress. I have tried it on. I don't know whether it's just because, you know, when I tried it on, I'd literally just finished making it. My hair was a mess. I had no makeup on, and, you know, I wasn't styling it. So I don't know. I don't know how I looked in it, if I'm honest. I felt, you know, when you feel a bit deflated when you've put loads of effort into making something and you can't wait to finish it and you can't wait to try it on, and you try it on and you sort of, your shoulders just sink because you think, oh, it doesn't look how I expected it to do. Sandeep looked fabulous in this dress, and I put this on and thought, oh, I don't know. But I think it's probably just because of the styling, and I need to style it. So as I say, I'm going to film a completely separate vlog about it because I have a lot to say about it, and I'm going to do a full pattern review for you. So that's going to be coming out soon. But for now, I thought I would show you it. As I say, there is tons and tons of gathering. A lot of fabric goes into this dress, and I do love it on the hanger and I love it on other people. I think I just need to style it and see how I feel about it then. But yeah, fabric is gorgeous. It was lovely to work with. It's a heavier weight viscose than the other dress that I've shown you, and yeah, it made it far easier to work with than that one. But yeah, it's a really lovely summer dress, spring dress anyway. And I think I'm a bit worried about how I'm going to, you know, what sort of footwear to wear with it, because I'm thinking of, like, you know, a lot of the time I wear Converse, and I don't know if my Converse would work with it. I suppose it maybe, I guess, I don't know, but maybe some sandals. But anyway, yeah. So that's the other dress I've been making. It's been nice to make some dresses again, because throughout March I was making lots of tops and blouses, and I know So April blouse is going on in April at the minute, but I've gone on to dresses because I'm willing the sun to come out and for it to eventually stop raining so that I can start wearing dresses again with bare legs, crack the fake tan out for my milk bottle legs, get my sandals out, and I'm there, guys. Summer will be there. It will. I know it will. Right, I am sure I have waffled on at you long enough for this vlog, but I hope you've enjoyed seeing what I've been up to. I have got everything else done now that I needed to do. I'm more or less caught up. I just have to get the pattern test finished, and then I can start making for my holiday, which is only 4 weeks away, which is really exciting. I need to grab out my summer clothes, which are all stored away still currently, because it hasn't been nice enough in the UK to even think about wearing spring clothes. But I am going to drag them out from under my bed in my vacuum sealed bags. That's going to be fun, isn't it? And get them all out, probably have to wash and iron them all again, and see what fits, see what works, because a lot of that stuff I'm going to take away on holiday with me. I don't think I'm going to get around to making a lot for my holiday this year, but I'm going to make 2 or 3 different things. I think I want to make some shorts and a couple of other little tops and a bikini. that's going to be coming up soon as well. So that's exciting. But for now, I'll leave it there. Thank you for joining me again. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would. And give me a like if you've enjoyed this vlog. And I will be back with you really soon. Take care. Bye.